Hey, I'm James Camacho, and I would put sriracha in my immigrant jam. Hot, 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 hot.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. We are back. It's another beautiful day in New York City. We are live in the studio. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody listening. I'm Lucie Pohl, your host. Thank you for coming back. If you've listened to episodes, thank you for checking us out. If you're new, we're so excited. This is Immigrant Jam, a podcast to celebrate all things immigrant, one immigrant at a time. And today's guest, OMG, is an amazing comedian. He has a special coming out in the fall that he's taping at the comic strip. What? He has a podcast called Kicking It with Camacho. Give it up for the one, the only James Camacho.
Grazie. Thank you. Good to be here,
Yeah,
Lucie.
good to have you.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm okay. Can't complain. I'm a little sweaty trying to get here. New York City's crazy. We think the president's in town.
We're not sure.
Right.
If he survived the trip.
We definitely know
he is in town.
Yeah, we definitely know he has problems sleeping, apparently, because he had some sleep apnea on his stretch
Face?
marks or whatever. Yeah,
Stretch
indents.
marks.
That's so funny to me. That it reminds me when I was a kid. I used to put you ever do you probably didn't do this because I'm just classless, but I used to put the cups, the plastic cups on my face and suck them.
Yes,
in.
of course I did that.
Okay, all right.
I'm not classful.
I don't know. I have low self-worth. And I remember you get that mark on on your face after. Yeah, that's I guess I got to see what the pictures of are that everyone's talking about Biden about doing this, but
we got
that's
to
what it
check
reminds
those
me
pictures
of.
out. I once went to the Guggenheim Museum as a teenager and walked around like this the entire time because I thought it was really funny to look at the art like this.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I couldn't talk for 2 days because the muscles were so sore.
Oh, wow.
Because you don't use those muscles that
Right.
much. I couldn't laugh. I couldn't talk.
Right. So you did what you
it's pretty
did.
classless.
Can you do the face again? It was
Oh, very nice painting.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's funny because there are people just talk like that too. That's their natural
But it
state.
fucks you up.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And I felt so stupid. I was like, wow, I literally can't talk. I can't laugh. I was in pain.
Yeah.
I was in pain.
I think so the podcast is kind of about immigrant upbringings, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
my parents, did your parents do this? They would tell you that if you did a face that they didn't like, that it would stay that way?
No, my parents are my dad's an actor and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And so they were like, if you don't do a face, that's weird. We're kicking you out of this family.
Oh, wow. So if you don't
They
have
encouraged being
goofy and extroverted.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But
I'm jealous.
please tell us. Tell us about, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Edison, New Jersey.
Ah.
Central Jersey.
No one's perfect.
Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know Edison?
No.
Oh, okay. Yo, Jersey. That's
just
probably
Jersey.
It's
Sorry.
Jersey's got a bad rap.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah, it's weird though because Jersey does have that bad rap, but it's actually if you live in New York and you want to have a family, if you're like a major celebrity, they all move to they all get whatever these gigantic mansions in Montclair and stuff.
Yeah,
so they don't tell anyone obviously, but
Yeah, exactly.
I grew up in Edison, Edison's is known for being very diverse. And if you have any Indian listeners or Southern Asian listeners, they know that's the hot spot. When people immigrate there, it's Edison, and I believe it's another. I think Fremont, California, are where the Indian populations are legitimately 60-70% of the population. So I grew up in Edison, just upper middle. Let's say. Lower upper middle class. And my mom is an immigrant from Taiwan, and my dad is Puerto Rican, but he's grew up in New York City. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
So you grew up speaking Spanish and
No.
Chinese?
No, I grew up speaking. So that's a funny story, actually. I grew up speaking. My mom taught me Mandarin and English at the same time. I mean, I was learning Mandarin from her, but then learning English in school, whatever. But she actually, there would be months where a summers where we'd go to Taiwan, and just spend the whole summer with my grandparents. So there was 1 year I just didn't speak English. I went into like I think it was like fifth grade or not fifth grade. I'm sorry. When you're 5. Kindergarten,
yeah.
Yeah, and I had to go in ESL for a year because like I came to that school
When
year
you
just
came
speaking
back?
straight Chinese Mandarin. Yeah,
And you still speak it?
I still speak it. It's I don't put it to use much, so it's kind of broken now. But like if I were to go back out there in a week, I would probably have it down pretty well.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Spanish you don't speak.
Spanish, I got nothing. I know gracias and coño. That's all I know.
Wow. Okay. But so your dad didn't teach you, or didn't want to teach you, or he wasn't around?
He didn't teach. He was around, but he wasn't present. He was around, but wasn't present.
Right.
You know, and no, he didn't. Yeah, I guess he didn't want to teach me. But also, the more shows I do around the country, and I kind of tell people I'm Puerto Rican but don't speak Spanish. A lot of Puerto Rican people after the show come up and be like, "Dude, same." Like, apparently that's a thing where Puerto Rican immigrants wouldn't teach their kids Spanish on purpose because they want them to like get jobs integrate, yeah, and like they like act like so. There's like I think a good amount of this generation of Puerto Rican people that don't speak Spanish, and like the actual Puerto Rico, like the from Puerto Rico, they think they hate that. They think
they don't speak Spanish.
They think we're idiots. Yeah, they think we're
Right.
morons. Yeah, yeah.
And it's true.
It's kind of true.
But
Yeah.
were you upset about that he didn't teach you Spanish?
Only now. At the time, I didn't want to learn anything.
But now you're upset about it?
Now I mean,
Or like
it's like
disappointed. Or
I
whatever?
appreciate it. You know, when you're a kid, you don't appreciate the things your parents do. You know, whether it's learn a language, go to a tutor for your SAT, or do this, do that, or even something like don't make that face. You know, or I'll get stuck. Like they're really just trying to tell you, like, don't embarrass yourself. You know, like
Right.
be a normal person. You don't appreciate that.
You were
just
like, I'll fucking one up you. I'm gonna become a comedian.
yeah, I know. It all failed. All their stupid things
Don't
failed.
embarrass yourself. Okay, go embarrass myself every day.
Right. Or I'll just talk about you, embarrass you,
Yeah,
turn the tables
exactly.
around. But yeah, no, it's you just like at the time I'm just like I don't want to learn this, I don't want to learn that, and now I'm like I'm actually appreciative. My mom just kind of forced me, but it's weird. It's weird. It's a catch-22, I guess. It's like, you know, you force your. I've been thinking about this a lot. Not that I'm like trying to have kids actively, but like I think about parenting, how hard it must be, because you got to do things that your kids hate to instill stuff in them, but then you don't know if that's going to cause trauma or what you may have. Because all I talk about in therapy is how my parents were like my mom was too hard on me, and that now I'm like all a little bit emotionally messed up. But then I know she's just trying to. Having to have the best life I can.
think
So it's
that's
like
the
weird.
thing. When you have kids, you have to accept that you're gonna fuck them up.
You're gonna be the bad guy.
Yeah, you're gonna do shit to fuck them up, and maybe
Yeah.
you can just minimize the damage somehow. I think not drinking is good for starters.
That's a
like
good one.
not being an alcoholic.
Sometimes being a bad example. Like I know people that are sober and their parents are just complete drunks.
Yeah.
So they kind of sit by bad
I don't
example.
really drink. My dad was an alcoholic. growing
Oh,
up.
really?
I still think he was a good dad, but
Yeah.
I think like drinking is hard for kids. You know what I mean? To deal with.
Would you just see him drunk and be like, oh my gosh?
Yes.
Is that what? Yeah, I can
He would
see
be
that.
drunk, and he's also like this overly dramatic person, so he'd be like crying and
Yeah.
like, you know, and yeah, all the time. And then I would record him and like play it back to him in the morning.
What?
Yes.
Oh,
because he
Jesus.
wouldn't believe me. Be
Then
like,
he
I
got to
didn't
go
do
sober?
that.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Seriously. He did stop drinking, but when I was older. But yeah, no, it's weird because I think as a kid you don't understand why somebody would do that.
Right.
Like you can't understand
Yeah.
the like drinking part. Like
Yeah.
why would you want to do that? Why would you change yourself, or why can't you stop doing it? You
Yeah.
know, you don't get that.
Well, the sad part is that's just your reality, and then you accept it, and it doesn't. I don't think you really. I don't know if mad's the right word, but once you learn what it is, like when you're an adult and then you look back at it, then you can kind of be like, oh, you're like you couldn't get help, like what the fuck? Like, I'm a kid. What are you, insane?
Yeah, but then it's because their parents fucked them up.
It's exactly. I actually had like a crazy moment not too long ago where my mom like apologized to me about, I'm sorry I was so hard on you. I mean, she used to sorry, hit you. She was like, I'm sorry, I used to punch you. And I'm like, I don't remember you punching me. I remember you hitting me with a switch, but okay. Well, I guess I blocked that out. But she's like, I'm sorry. I didn't let you, cause I was like, I wanted to play baseball. I wanted to get into acting. And she just was like, she wouldn't sign me up for any of these things.
What did she want you to do?
Just literally just like study, like academics, like whatever your top four, whatever your Fantastic Four, math, science, social studies, missing something, English. Ironically, that was my major in college.
Yeah.
It's just that, like those 4 core things, like I had to get A's in all those and study. And if that's like physical education, I could have got an F in PE. I don't think she would have cared. Electives didn't matter. It's just like study, because like, you get a good grade, then you can get into a good school, then you can get a good job. Like that was the whole.
Yeah, and that's like the most kind of typical immigrant mentality.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And she just apologized for going too hard on that, but then also not letting me experiment, I guess, with other things. And
wow, that's big for her to apologize.
I know.
That's huge.
I realize how rare that is.
That's super rare.
Yeah.
So what happened? Did she go to therapy?
No,
Did she watch your stand-up?
I think that's what it was. I think it's a combination of time elapsing, and then I remember I started going to therapy, I guess like six years ago now, and talking all this stuff out. And then I remember one time I was home, and I don't remember what it was, but I was just saying like I like my mom was like giving me shit about something, like, and then I just had like a freak out. Because I was talking about in therapy how like nothing was good enough. Like I have a joke about it, but it's like if I got a good grade, she would just go same next time. So there was no compliments. There was no like good job. There was no like hug, anything like that.
Oh no!
Right. So I freaked out. Oh Jesus Christ! Now I'm freaking out right now.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I freaked out on her. I was like, nothing is ever good enough for you. Like nothing's ever good. It's never been there. And then she's just kind of like, what? What the fuck? What's going on here? And then I hung up the phone. And then I remember that moment because I freaked out. And then, but ever since then, she's been super nice and super supportive. And then the reason why we had this conversation was because I was going through like a rough patch, and I was like asking her if I should get on antidepressants. And then she was like, wow, what's wrong? What the hell's going on? And then I started it was like the first time I just was like, I don't even give a shit anymore. I'm just going to say what I feel. And I just started talking about the childhood, and then she just unleashed all of it. And it wasn't like unleashed, like she was like breaking down. It was very like matter of fact. He's like, I actually feel bad about what I did. Okay, bro, you're good. Like it was like it was kind of chill. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's okay, I guess. But it was good to get it.
It was like an in-person conversation.
Oh, we were at a Chinese buffet.
No, stop.
Just a stack
really?
Just a stack of
Stop.
sushi.
Are you joking?
A hibachi buffet. We had sushi. We had just pork chops and chicken. Yeah, just gallons of food. Gallons? Oh, Jesus Christ. Pounds of food. And we're filling our stomachs while just vomiting emotionally.
In English or in?
No, in English. Yeah, in English. Yeah, I can't. We talk in English. It's a couple. Sometimes it'll be broken English, Chinese, Mandarin. And I guess I'm so nervous about saying Chinese. Everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say Chinese, but then I've done enough TikTok videos where I say that, and the comments would be like, "You idiot! Chinese is not a language," And now they've got me correcting myself every time. But it was pretty wild, that the apology thing. Yeah,
that is wild.
Did your dad ever apologize?
He did actually.
There we go.
He had a heart attack.
Oh.
And then he had to get a bypass.
Uh-huh.
And I was with him the night before, and bypasses, they have to like saw open your breastbone, and like it's fucking gnarly.
It's like a
it's
movie.
gnarly.
Yeah. Jesus.
And the surgeon was like, kind of like, yeah, and then we have to do this, and we have to do that, and we have to like scrape this, and like the mortality rate is like it's high, and stuff. And I think my dad just thought like maybe he won't make it. And he was nervous, very nervous the night before, and I made him dinner. It was just me and him.
That's so nice.
And then he was like, I want to apologize for drinking. It's the biggest regret of my life.
Yeah, that's great.
And it meant a lot to me. But I was like more like what you just did, how you imitated your mom. I was like, yeah, it's cool, bro. Don't worry, it's all good. Because
I've never thought of it.
I didn't want to show that I also was scared he might not make it, So I was like, stop it. What are you talking about? But it did mean a lot. It meant a lot. It did. It was big.
Sadly, sometimes it does take that to like where like you might die tomorrow to be like shit, like you're just saying sorry to everyone, like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I really am a jerk.
You're on the phone for like 9 hours. You're like, hello, yes, I am sorry. Fuck, and now I have to call 90 more people.
What did you do? Did you enjoy your last day before you might die? No, I probably just apologize for being a piece of shit.
I'm writing a new show, and it's called The German Apology Hour, because you know my last name's Pole, right?
Yeah.
And it's all about apologies.
They're big.
They're big.
They're very big.
It's funny because, you know, people say like actions speak louder than words, but I think when it comes to apologies, it does, like, it matters to hear that. It matters to hear those words, you know?
Yeah, and I'm actually trying to like pitch this too, not as a show, but like as this like thing, and I don't think it matters. Like, you know the Huffington. Do you know the Huffington Post?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I'm so like I have someone that was like, you want to do something for the Huffington Post? I'm like, what is that? And I go online. I'm like, oh, hey, wait, are you still there? I'm trying to pitch them something where it's like, I'm trying to tell people like, if you have a grudge, like let it go, because I was all pissed off and bitter in therapy and like treating people like they were my parents for like decades. And then when I got the apology, of course, if you're like, okay, you got it. But then all I felt was like, fuck, man, I was so bitter for 20 years. Like I was miserable for like so long. Like why, like that, you don't get that time back. So the quicker you can get over it and just enjoy your life, like the better. So, but it's hard because I tried, now Delongo, this person's all pissed off at someone. And I'm like, I hate them. I want them dead. I'm like, dude, just get over. Like, come on. Like I told them my thing, and they're still like, but they should die still. I'm like, all right, you'll figure it out when you figure it out. Hopefully, you're not gonna get surgery the next day. But
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, you know, there's the stages that people talk about, right? That you have to go through, and anger is one of them. I guess, you know.
I think we just want a reason. That's why therapy is good. It gives you a reason.
Right.
So you don't feel crazy. Like, it just, like, it's
and
like,
you understand yourself, right? Because that's like always the worst, when you don't understand, like, why am I upset? Why am I crying right now? What's triggering me? Like, what is happening with me?
I think, do you think most people are like that?
Like what?
That they don't know anything about themselves and they're just walking around the earth, like,
yeah.
You think so?
I do. I think also we're like not encouraged to know things about ourselves.
That is true.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if you think about also, you know, the mentality of like work hard, study hard, it's like it has very little to do with like self-exploration. It's like the opposite. Like turn that off inside yourself.
Don't speak up. Don't.
Yeah. Like
I was in I did a corporate gig recently, and I was in an office, like a legitimate office space. And the reason why I say legitimate, because I've never had a job before, so I was like in file cabinets and the you know, like from the movie Office Space, like. Yeah. And I remember just being in there and how quiet it was. Yeah. But there are people everywhere. You hear the
yes.
You hear the humming from the lights. That's all you hear is and then you just hear the occasional like.
And then you hear some souls going, "Help me!"
Yeah.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, it's
Jiggy and I were just before you got here.
Yeah.
We were talking about office jobs and how we like never really know what people are doing in those like at these computers.
Yeah.
And have you watched Severance?
No.
I don't understand this show. Nobody's watched the show, yet it's like the most popular show ever. But every time I bring it up to people, they're like, nope.
There's too much now. That's why. There used to be only 4 shows. Now,
that's true.
Now there's 4 million.
But so in Severance, they have they work this weird job where they have to like group these numbers and nobody knows exactly what they're doing. And that's what I picture happens. These, you know, these people that say I work in IT or whatever.
Right.
And you're like, what does that mean? What are you doing?
I honestly think they don't do dick.
They probably do. I love that we, like us fucking comedians who wake up at like noon or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like we're like, I bet you these fucks don't do shit.
Well, I just go off of all my friends have these kind of jobs and they just go, dude, I do nothing all day. Nothing all day. And then it actually made me feel better. I'm not like, I think most comics are kind of like that. I'm like,
no, I'm not like that either.
Yeah, well, you're an actress, you're a voiceover. I mean, I don't even think you have the choice to like, when you're an actor, I think you have to learn how to be on no sleep all the time and like wake up at 6.
Well, Yeah, I don't know about no sleep all the time,
Yeah.
but there's a lot to juggle for sure. So
Yeah.
I've been literally getting up at 6:30.
You just have to. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I would love to sleep late, but then I can't get everything done if I don't wake up whatever at noon. You know, I
Yeah.
used to do that, but that was before.
But also, we are immigrant kids.
yeah.
So I don't know. Is it the chicken or the egg? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. That's the one thing I do appreciate from the whatever the upbringing, like I guess we quote unquote slave driving mentality.
Oh my god.
That's a word. It's a word. I know the word bad word in it.
No.
but yeah.
No, I'm saying, oh my god, because you associate that with your childhood.
I know. It was.
That's intense.
I can get it was pretty intense. I mean, yeah, it was intense. But I do have work ethic, like crazy work ethic, like
And you probably have this extra drive where, because you are in this profession, you have an extra motivator to not let your parents down, right? Or your mom.
No, I don't really care about
No?
that. No, I just like. I think it's exciting too because I think for so long I just was doing things I didn't want to do, not speaking up for myself. That now it's like I am just doing whatever I want.
What was
you know?
that? What were you doing that you didn't want to do?
I mean, like you know, when it's like study for the like just
Oh,
study.
okay.
Like,
As a kid, you mean?
yeah, well, I had all these things like I want to play baseball. Like no, I used to get like I would get invited to parties. Mom, can you drive me? No, you're just now. No, and now that I know you're thinking about going to a party, I'm going to lock you in your room and you're just going to study. And
Lock you?
not lock,
Literally?
no, but like you
Oh,
have to
okay.
stay home. Like now you can't like if before I could have at least gone like to McDonald's or something. Now it's like now you just stay. Now you're staying here, and or like I could have stayed home and played video games. But now that like I bring it up, then it's like now you stay home, and I want to watch you study. You know, as opposed to like before, if I had said nothing about going to anything, I could have just at least dicked around in video games. But yeah, and then like yeah, then the weekends where you're
It's like
supposed.
the immigrant Pornhub category.
What is that?
Watch your son study.
Oh,
You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
immigrant mom hub.
Yeah, categories math, categories science.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo! Look at him use that abacus.
Shit.
But yeah, so but then you know, I remember I'll never forget this too. I was a kid and we had this elementary school where we took band, but we had a choice of instrument. And this is how like kind of like against like just it started affecting my mental state where I was like I can't do anything I want. So like I remember I was like I want to be a drum. I was like thinking like I want to be a drum player, right? And literally they had this checklist of like pick an instrument, any instrument. So they're all up there: trumpet, violin, tuba, drums, saxophone, everything, guitar, whatever you wanted, right? All I had to do was check drums, and then I just checked a random thing instead of drums. Because I was just so like I can't do that. Like I can't do what I want. Like
Wow.
and I ended up just playing the saxophone for a year, and then I didn't even want to play it the whole time.
Wow.
So now I'm just like now I have a problem too when people try to tell me what to do. I want to fight them. Like my girlfriend would be like you know flush the toilet. I'm like yeah, but no I'm kidding.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, but I yeah, so I'm not like doing it to like, oh, I'm gonna show you that I'm right. It's more just like I guess there is a bit of like, listen, like I yeah, because it would be kind of embarrassing if I did what I wanted and it just fell on my face. But yeah, I'm just doing what I want now.
So you went to college.
I did go to
please
college.
your parents or because you wanted to?
I think you just have to go. No, I mean I wanted to go because all my friends were going.
Okay.
So and then like so
Did you
everyone's
know you
doing
wanted
it.
to do comedy then?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't know until
What did you
like
think you wanted to do?
I had no idea.
I'm imagining if you're never allowed to do what you want to do, then you stop knowing what you want to do.
Oh, so
Right?
I guess if you were like, if I was in therapy then, and then I was like, you know, after maybe intensive like digging, I probably would have said like an actor, because I had a huge obsession with like comedy movies growing up. I would also huge obsession with comic books. I would make my own comic books. Like I would take all the printer paper, fold them, and like draw stuff. I would always write short stories and like draw things. Like I was very creative, but obviously like all these things were just completely like my parents weren't like. It's just fascinating to me that they were like, all you do in your free time when no one's asking you to do things is make things. But you know what? Just don't do that. Like they didn't go like oh like look like look, he's drawing, like he's making comic books by himself, like he's spending hours on this. This is obviously what his passion is. Let's help him. Let's put money into this. Instead, they were just like, go learn accounting or whatever.
Right.
But I always knew, but like, I just didn't think I could do anything about it. It wasn't until college I took a screenwriting class, and this guy, Randy Perlstein, he was on the Chappelle Show. He was a writer. He wrote Cabin Fever with Eli Roth.
Okay.
So it got me like, and then he's like, I'm in the classroom. He's like in front of me. I could throw a pencil at him, and if it hit his eye, he would be screaming. I was like, holy shit, it's like a real thing. Like it's a real thing. This guy's real.
Right.
And he was so silly and like kind of like charismatic. It kind of just got me being like, this is like a real thing. And then I was living away from home, so I wasn't like getting shit every day from them. So I was able to kind of just like, most people like do crack or drugs secretly from their parents. I just literally just started taking all these like acting classes
secretly.
Yeah, but you can choose your own course in college.
Wow,
so I was, when it was like, instead of like accounting, economics, I just chose whatever screenwriting, whatever script to page, stage or whatever. And then I just took all these courses, and then I switched my majors, and then that was it. Then I kind of went. Then I was just all in after that.
And they accepted that.
No, they won't. I think I wasn't a good kid too, because I started rebelling. So I was drinking all the time, and I was a crazy kid. If you ask anyone from high school, I was like a crazy kid, like a Stifler type of guy. And so I think at a certain point they were just like, just please graduate. I don't even give a shit what it is. Just graduate, please, anything. And then so I did anything, and then I just tried stand up because I was doing like comedy sketch stuff, like theater, and then stand up. It just stuck.
And did you start talking about them on stage right away, or did that take a while?
No, when I look back at my first like hour material, it's like literally half about them. I think it was just like a way of therapy, like talking about it, people listening, but then joking about it, so it's okay to just babble on about not, if you babble on with no punchline, people are just like, what the fuck's going on? So that was kind of my way. And now it's funny because like now my set's all like observational or just like just life stuff. It's just not, it's so different now. But I think because I got it off my chest. So yeah, I definitely was talking about them a lot on stage. And yeah, there's always new angles coming up too. Like I'm working on stuff now that's a little more deeper.
But do you identify like as Chinese or Taiwanese or Puerto Rican or both or American, or what do you feel you are?
That's a tough one. I guess I would say, I think there was a period in my life where I would definitely have said Chinese because I was in Chinese school. My mom was present, my dad wasn't. So, and then like, she kind of like also controlled, but like she outside of school would try to make me hang out with, make friends with other Chinese kids. So I was surrounded by way more Chinese people. We went to like a Buddhist temple on Sundays. So a lot, and then like for some odd reason, I was like attracted to Chinese girls at the time. But then like now I'm not.
For some odd reason.
Well, it's just because it's only a period of my life. Now I'm not. Now it's the opposite. Yeah. So it changed. But now I just feel like, an American. I don't know what the hell that is. Like, not really.
What do people think you are when they meet you? Like, how do they box you? What do they box you into?
I would say 70% is some type of Asian. Not just fully, like you're some type of Asian. And it could be Chinese, Japanese, Filipino. Sometimes you get Hispanic, like Mexican, or like I would say 20% is Mexicans, Puerto Rican, Dominican, whatever. And then you have the then the other, whatever, my math's all off. The other 20% maybe I think it is, where it's just, you're just a white guy. You're just a white dude. Like, and I say Camacho, they go, oh, is that Italian? And I'm just like,
does that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me, but it is funny because like Camacho is pretty Puerto Rican. If you don't know, then you don't know. So I don't get mad. I don't get mad if people don't know things. Like, but if you tell them and they still go, so Italian, then I kind of hate you. But if you don't know, you don't know. You know.
But you also tour quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you find it harder outside of New York to like
For jokes.
for jokes? Yeah, or for your to like be cross-cultural? I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think it's weird. It's the more niche when you go on the road. So it's actually the materials. It depends where you go. I always say there's like two types of like road. There is like people that are not with the times, and there's people that are a little more caught up, and that doesn't have anything to do with political affiliation.
Right,
it's just like, are people 20 years behind, or are they?
That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when people are like behind the times, if I do the race jokes, it's only if they're super stereotypical or hacky where they do well. Once you start getting into like
Nuance.
yeah, they have they're checked out, right? And then in like the up to date places, it's the opposite. Like if you get too stereotypical, they check out. They think you're a hack, and they think you're. I mean, they think you're racist too. Like I've gotten that too. Where I'm talking about Chinese Puerto Rican, and they're like, "Well, what are you, a racist?" I'm like. But
really, you've gotten that?
Oh yeah, people.
Where?
People are just online, in person. Like people just because I'm saying stereotypes, and they don't. It's just for some reason they can't. There's just no in their mind. If you just say it, it doesn't. Nothing. There's no
satire.
Nothing. Yeah, they don't have a sense of humor.
Irony. Yeah.
But in those places, you can be more nuanced,
right?
And they get it. And actually, that's the stuff that does bad. Like there are literally jokes where. I mean, I can kind of throw one out there right now. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but it's like when people ask if I know another language or not, I go, no, I just speak English. And then they go, you could have gotten so many jobs. But I'm like, it's not because I don't know the language, it's because I'm a comedian. It's like, I'm not going to go on a job interview and then they're going to see nothing on my resume and just go, whoa, like you speak Spanish? Whoa, well, let's get in here. But when I do that in a more up to date, like it always kills, and then when I do it in like this 30 years behind thing, they have they don't. It's like I just said something in a different language,
right?
They don't understand what I just said.
Yeah,
you know. So,
have you ever thought about doing comedy in China?
I have,
because there's a scene there.
There is,
yeah.
You know, I'm concerned about getting booked out here, but I'm trying to get booked a couple miles from my apartment, not 7,000 miles away. But no. Yeah, I have thought about it. Yeah, I got to be honest. I've thought about it. I haven't put any of the work
in. Or like living there. Have you ever wanted to like go and live there?
I don't want to live there. I don't like. I've done it before, and you know.
You remember it as a kid living there. You mean?
I remember it, and I mean, I guess the city. I didn't. So okay. So here's another. So where my grandparents grew up, there's no. It's farm.
What's it called?
It's Taiwan.
But what's the city called?
I don't know. Okay. I forget. It's really hard and complicated. But I should know. Like my mom's told me 100 times, but I'm just an idiot.
Well, stop. You're not an idiot.
Well, I should know. I should know is all I'm saying. I'm not an idiot. But it's all farm. It's like acres of land.
Right.
So, I mean, you go, it's nice. It's a nice reprieve from phones and you know, people screaming and human shit. But
visit China.
Yeah.
James is the new ambassador for the Chinese Tourism Board.
I might be. Apparently, my grandfather's like rich and owns a lot of land.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, but
so your grandparents are still alive and live there?
My grandpa passed away.
Okay.
My grandma's still there. She's almost 100.
Wow.
She's still kicking it. And like it's like anything. It's like, you know, Americans always are like, oh, I want to go out into the forest and like, you know, go on a swing and be one with nature. But then a weekend, you're just...
What Americans are you talking
No, but they always fantasize like going and living in squalor, and then a weekend they're like, I need social media. I need my Wi-Fi.
Oh, you mean like digital detox people?
Digital, yeah. They're all
Right.
They all just want to pretend like they're doing
Americans
something.
always want to be on a swing in the forest, eating mushrooms.
I saw that on Instagram. I saw someone on a swing, and it was like a vacation spot, and they're like looking over a forest. I'm like, holy shit. I mean, where is that? It's some luxury thing in like the forest, but it's not fun. Like you especially if you have a great, like America's pretty great. Like everyone.
You think so?
I think it's.
My new theory is America is the the country that has managed to gaslight its people the most out of any other country.
I like that. To make us think that it sucks.
Gaslight country. No, to make us think that it's great.
Okay,
everybody's like, America first, America's great. And then at the same time, everybody's like, ha ha, we don't have health care. Ha ha, everything sucks. The roads suck, the infrastructure sucks.
Yeah.
Fucking there's no fucking like everybody's in debt, you know, like everything's shit. What the fuck?
It's for sure not perfect, and you know, everything's run by money, and like everything we do. I mean, even everything.
Yeah,
everything's run by money, which sucks, and it's exhausting. And then you feel, I mean, even when you open your phone, it's money. It's like the reason why you get whatever sent to your face on social media is because of money. Everything, it's ads, everything. So it's exhausting. You just want to be like, can someone have any morals for fuck's sake? But the thing. We just like to complain. I will say that, and this is something I've learned through therapy, and this because I'm a crazy workaholic person. Like I wake up and then all I think about is like, how can I further my career? How can I get on stage more? So what I learned in therapy is like, I mean, I watched a lot of these videos about like trying to make it and stuff, and I forgot who it was, but they had something where it's like, you know, the people that are the best at anything have like 3 common traits. Like no, like people like Jordan, like Tom Brady, these guys that like I have excelled at the top level. They have all the same qualities.
Which are?
I'm gonna butcher exactly what they are, but they're like insatiable, like drive.
Okay.
Running away from something, and then like there's one other thing, but it's like what I realized. I mean, I totally butchered it, but what I realized is like these guys like Jordan or Brady. It's like they're not like I don't think they're pleasant to be around. They're probably not good to date. They're probably not great. They're horrible, probably family fathers or whatever. Because like literally their entire existence is whatever they do, and that's why they're the best at it, and that's what they can excel at it because they made that every second of their life. But if you think about it, it's like none of them are ever happy. Like, you know, like Brady's got 800 rings. What does he do? Retire and just goes back, plays again. It's like, what the hell else can you possibly do? Jordan's the same thing. It's like, you know, he's winning everything, but he still needs to gamble, like do all this shit, you know? And it's like, I just feel like at some point, like I just want to be happy. And then I kind of realized like, if you're just constantly obsessing over anything, it's not good. If you're obsessing over yourself and like getting better, and you know, I don't even have a goal. It's not like, oh, if I do this, I'm gonna be happy. It's just like everything's just like more. Keep getting more. Keep doing better. And there's no actual like, oh, if I hit this, then I'll chill out. So I just realized like I need to balance my life for my psychotic like hustle to like, you know, doing things for other people, like doing something I can do for my girlfriend or for my family, and like living like just being more charitable and not being so like insulated, you know? Yeah. Successful and happy, I don't even think they go hand in hand.
Well, but that's the thing. Like success is always tied to money, but you can tie that word also to what does it mean for you in your life? Like if it means for you, I just want to be happy, which means I want to be balanced and stuff, then that's success, right? It doesn't have to be tied to money and achievements. I think like that's also like this like fucking construct of how this capitalist system has to work, is that, you know, you have to think like that. Like success is tied to money, having a lot of money and having a lot of achievements. Because if you don't think like that, then you don't work as one of the like cogs. Is that a thing?
The cogs in the system?
In the wheel?
Yeah.
You know, my therapist always says that she thinks being happy is a myth.
Oh no! Oh, she's saying that so you keep coming back. You're not gonna find happiness any. You we keep trying, but you know, it's a pipe dream.
You don't find happiness here. You're not here to be happy.
Wow.
No, first of all, she's Jewish. That's kind of, I think, also a Jewish way to look at things. But no, she says there are moments of happiness in life, but like being happy,
like all the time,
for her is not a thing.
I don't trust people that are always happy.
Well, I don't think it's a thing either. And I think like this is kind of a problem that we tell people, like, you're not allowed to be sad. You know what I mean? Like you have to be happy. Like sad is negative, happy is positive when it's emotions. And I think like, especially for guys, for males, like it's so sad how males are raised not to show emotion and not to be allowed to cry and like, you know, really feel stuff or express feelings, you know?
I think it's so funny. It's ironic, but it's like, I think if a dude is confident enough to show the emotion, that's real confidence.
Yeah,
like
for
if the moment you're hiding or being, that's not confident. But if you can be like, I guess in a way, be like, I'm fucking sad, damn it. You know?
I mean, I grew up. My dad would cry all the time. Still, he cries all the time.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think.
Cries like 3 times a day, not like sobbing on
3
the floor.
times a day?
No, like
Holy
everything
shit.
makes him cry. Like we were watching the Oscars. Everything makes him cry. We were watching the Oscars. He
Chris
didn't know
Rock
who
got slapped?
anybody was. Yeah, no, literally. He's like, look at how happy that person is. I'm like, Dad, that's Rihanna. Who? She's good. Look how good she is. Look at her. She's put because like then he'll cry because he sees like how much it means to them. Then he'll cry on Thanksgiving. He cries because of the Native Americans. He cries when
Does he get a lot of headaches? Like, I get headaches when I cry.
No, he doesn't like sob. He like tears up.
Oh,
you know?
okay. I do that. Not 3 times a day, but I do get that now when I see someone achieve something like.
Yeah.
Win an award or win this like
makes you emotional.
When I watch the Super Bowls or whatever, the NBA Finals, and they win and they're just hugging each other, I sit there, I'm like, man, like because you want to achieve that, like kind of like achieve that sense of achievement where you're like, I work so goddamn hard and here it comes, you know. I get close, I get teary.
Do you get like envious of other people who are achieving things?
I don't. I'm actually really. I feel like I'm really good at that. Like I don't like when people get stuff. Even people that like started after me get stuff. I always just in my mind I just go, shit, that could be me. Like that's kind of how like fuck what. Then
so
I go,
it motivates you. It doesn't like do the opposite where you're jealous and go to a dark place. It actually motivates you.
I mean, I more see it's like if they can do it, I can do it too. You know. Not to be like they don't deserve it, but it's just like, like it can happen. Like when I saw you on that show on Chippendales, I shit my pants. I'm like, listen, whoa, this is awesome. I wasn't like, why can't I get on that goddamn thing? Like, I mean, I did think like, oh, maybe I think like, oh God, I gotta call my agent and yell at them and like but I was so happy for you.
Did you grow up with any sayings like Chinese in Mandarin? In Mandarin? Yeah.
They're all the one that comes to my mind first is "Bun Dan Tao Yan," which means you stupid idiot.
That's not a saying. That's just an insult, James.
Oh, a saying. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're like, the thing that really sticks out for me in my childhood, the thing that I heard the most was, you fucking stupid idiot.
It was said. So and my mom would give them to me in English.
Like what?
Like there's no free lunch. Is that a saying? That's a saying, right?
Did you have to pay for your lunch at home?
No. No, that would be. You didn't. If I didn't study, I'd have to pay $5 to eat.
We have come to the point in this podcast where we must play a little game, James Camacho. Are you ready? I don't know why I'm putting on this accent. It's called the poll questionnaire.
Okay.
First thing that comes to mind, no right or wrong answers. James Camacho of Edison, New Jersey. Are you ready to play the poll questionnaire?
I'm born ready.
If you were president of the United States of America, what American food would you ban?
American French fries. Get them out of here. Yeah.
That's the most fucked up answer I've ever heard.
It's the reason why
we're up there with bagels.
That's the reason. Oh, okay. No, I take it back. Coke. Get Coke out of here. Coca-Cola.
Cocaine?
Coca-Cola. Cocaine we legalize. Coca-Cola make you... Yeah. No,
wait, but why did you say French fries?
Because they're bad for you.
You don't eat French fries?
I do eat French fries. So, but I don't drink Coke. So that's what is it? Hypocrite?
Yeah.
We'll say Coke because I don't drink Coca-Cola and it's so bad. I mean, it is so bad for you. It ruins your insides and it's all made to be addicting. And let's say Coca-Cola, but French fries, I take that back because they are delicious. And it's fine to have potatoes every once in a while.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, would you only ban French fries or would you also ban like all type, like curly fries, disco fries, or would it be just French fries and then everybody could have curly fries?
I maybe would try. This is good. See, these are these are not popular answers, but I would maybe regulate it like where like you can only have fries like once or twice a week.
So you would be like a socialist dictator.
I want everyone. I want all my citizens to be ripped.
French fry rations. That's why we need to get them Chinese people out of here. They want to get French fry rations to this country.
The racists are only the racist accent's only Southern. No one else is racist.
No, they've cornered that market pretty well though for themselves.
It's good.
If you could deport one American person, who would you deport?
I guess whoever you're just like I don't know who it is now, but like whoever your Dahmer type of person is now, like you're
like a serial killer?
you're a pedophile, serial killer, bad person.
Wow.
I mean, I know there's probably
That's an
more
intense
political
answer.
answers I could say. I don't know who they are because they're just not famous or not. But like, if you're like a bad person, like just like a serial, if you're eating kids or eating people, whatever, you should go. Like I just
Eating kids?
just something like that.
Who's
yeah,
eating kids?
there are people out there eating
I love
kids.
that you're like, I don't know who this person is right now, but you know,
if you're listening,
you guys know.
You gotta go.
What's the most Chinese thing you've ever done?
Probably like check my answers twice or something.
Okay,
check
on a
my
test,
homework
you mean?
twice,
Okay.
yeah.
What's the most Puerto Rican thing you've ever done?
Probably how loud my voice is. Like I
love
can't
that.
help it. It's just like I'll be talking to someone like, dude, calm it down. I'm just talking to you normally. Like, so I guess I
Yeah,
just
that
have
happens
that.
to me all the time.
But you're
In
a theater-
Germany, they tell me to be quiet.
You a theater person? Theater kid?
I'm a theater person.
I think that's what it mostly
Yeah.
is. It's not nothing to do with being Puerto Rican. It's
Or maybe Puerto Ricans are inherently theatrical.
yeah, maybe they're very passionate for sure. Like all my
Yeah.
cousins, like every time they see me, they're like, "I love you so much, man! Like fuck yeah, you're doing that, yeah." I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is not. This is okay.
What's the most American thing you've ever done?
Most American thing I've ever done is probably just complain about the amount of likes I get on a post. Probably something like that.
Yeah.
Just something so not important,
Right.
you know.
That's pretty American.
Yeah, like and there are times you're just like, what the fuck? They're fucking with me, and then it's just like you're yelling. You're basically yelling at.
And then you're like, oh, there's a war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
I need to shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
that's why I think it's really important. Oh, I guess quote unquote most American thing I've ever done is like I did a tour for the troops. I went into Middle East onto bases, American bases that were not like they're uncharted, and I did fucking stand up. That's
Yeah.
pretty American, I guess.
Very American.
But yeah, I think it's important to have get perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
Like because we can get caught up in your life of like my likes or my smoothie that's $50 doesn't have ginger in it or like whatever it is, and then you realize like people have real problems, and I think it's important to like then I watched a documentary recently about just like another part of the country that's having rough times, and you're just like. Yeah, just putting things in perspective. Appreciate what you have, and just know it's like there's nothing you can do about it really. And it's like don't live your life like don't like change your life, but just be more insightful and just be nicer, I guess. I guess.
Nice. Wow. Beautiful.
That's not very American.
I
what
love
just
that.
said. Be nice, people.
Yeah, be nice people. That's the least American thing you've ever said. Okay, last
Yeah.
question. James, do you know how I can meet David Hasselhoff?
How you can meet David So he was in Baywatch. Did he do something on SpongeBob?
He did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe you do voice acting, right?
Okay.
To get into touch on Nickelodeon, and then
Okay.
see who get Tom. What's his name? Tom Hilligan.
Tom Kenny.
Tom Kenny. See if you can get his info and the showrunner of SpongeBob, whoever his name is. I think Kenny was the showrunner, right?
Tom Kenny is the voice of SpongeBob.
But he wasn't the showrunner.
No.
That's my route. I would try to find someone that helped make that movie because obviously they had to have connections with him. Try to get their people in touch with their people.
Okay.
And that are you? Oh, hey, how you doing,
Yeah.
David?
Did you just see him now?
I did not see. Yeah,
What? That's insane.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
so
David,
funny.
what's up? Are you actively trying to?
I mean, this whole podcast is just a quest to meet David Hasselhoff.
If
I'm
you
just bringing people in the hopes that somebody knows him at some point. David, we are hunting you down forever and always. James, where can people find you online?
So for Instagram and TikTok, my handle is @CamachoBro, CAMACHBRO. YouTube.com/James Camacho for all the content, and then tour dates at JamesCamacho.com. Special taping August 10th at the Comic Strip Live, New York City, and then I'm all over the road. I just a lot of places. Just JamesCamacho.com if you want to come see me live.
And you've got the podcast.
And I've got a podcast that I do called Kicking It with Camacho. You can catch that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, video versions on YouTube, and then there's a Instagram page with clips at Kicking It with Camacho. It's fun. I just ran. I sound like a crazy person. I just talk to myself, and I have guests on sometimes. So yeah, if you like crazy people yelling, you might enjoy that. Yeah.
And we didn't even talk about the fact that the first time we did a podcast together was on January 6th during the insurrection.
I told you last time, and I'm gonna I haven't done it yet, but I think I'm gonna try to dig that up.
Yes,
and then we can clip that. That'd be hilarious. Where we're just
God,
is this a thing? Is this a thing? Yeah.
Yes.
Like my mom said, it's a thing. Nah,
my mom just called me. She said they're storming the Capitol, and then you were like, should we still do the podcast?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, of course, dude. What the fuck?
We should clip that. That could go viral, but it also will be just hilarious to
dig it up.
Yeah, I'll dig it up. Yeah.
That
was so fun.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Follow James. Check out everything he does. If you're in New York, go to the taping, go to his shows, listen to his podcast, slide into his DMs to tell him how amazing he is or to apologize for not having told him sooner. Thank you so much, Craig, JT, Gio, Wesley, Douchebag Steve.
Who are these people?
These are patrons.
Oh, great.
Amazing patrons.
Nice.
Martin, thank you. I hope I didn't forget anybody. Thank you so much for listening. Check out the Patreon. There's some extras on there, early access to episodes, bonus stuff, all very juicy and delicious and nutritious. Leave us a little review, a little rating. It doesn't cost anything. It helps so much. James Camacho, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Lucie.
Jiggy, Mark Jagarjian, thank you for being here today. The best producer in the biz. We love you. We'll be back next week. Goodbye.
Adios.